One night in December, we were worshiping at the gathering, and we heard about a mission need for an area the church is supporting in Kenya. And we were fortunate to be able to partially support that need and to be a part of that effort, and it was very exciting. And then subsequently, through the GIC celebration, we were able to host one of the African priests from Kenya who was connected with that mission effort.
When Simon left us, he still had a lot more traveling, but as he departed, he invited us to come over and spend time in Kenya, and had asked us whether we'd ever been. And of course, we have never been and have not really ever thought about going, but the hand of the Lord led us in interesting ways, because soon thereafter we learned of a mission that was being worked and headed up and led by Bill Johnson, where some St. Michaelites were going to Kenya. So we have become part of that. We're excited about going. We're not exactly sure where this will lead us and how it will involve our talents to support the mission, but we're excited and interested to see where this will lead us.
A year ago, I was taking the Order of St. Luke prayer ministry class with my wife, and we've taken a couple of the classes. It was our second class, and I was in pain. My shoulder needed rotator cuff surgery for the second time. My arm was dead, it was numb. I couldn't wake up in the morning. I couldn't turn the alarm clock off without wiping everything off the bedside table. And the day before surgery, we had a meeting with the prayer ministers, and I was prayed over by the other prayer ministers. And I've just felt warmth go through my shoulder, continue through my neck, up into my head. It was just an amazing feeling. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, so I do not take painkillers, aspirin, anything. And I went into the surgery the next morning, came out of it pain-free. I can't even imagine, I can't even tell you how great it felt 2 or 3 days later to be standing up in the kitchen, doing things that I could have done, before my arm was injured. Just an amazing feeling, and I'm totally convinced that it was all due to the power of healing prayer.
We have been in Charleston for about 8 years now. We came here as freshmen at College of Charleston, and we have been looking for a church for a long time, and there just hasn't been a sense of urgency for us, honestly. We're not from here. We didn't know where to start, and when we got engaged, we knew that we had to find a church. Like, the marriage had to happen in God's home.
We first heard about Alpha when we met with Al for the first time, talking about getting married in the church and kind of the requirements behind that. And taking the Alpha course was a requirement for getting married at St. Michael's.
One of the things that I loved about Alpha was that it created this safe environment for Logan and I for the first time to talk about how we felt about Christianity, about our faith, and it was something that we'd never been able to talk about just because we came from different denominations, and it was a huge breakthrough for us in our relationship, and I don't think that we would have hit that milestone if it hadn't been for Alpha.
One of the things that I really loved about the day away was the presence of the Holy Spirit. When I first went to day away, I was still had a lot of doubts and was still unsure of my faith, but as day away progressed is really the transformation where I think that for me I felt the Holy Spirit fill my body once again, like how I used to be when I was very involved with the church, and a sense of peace came over me, and since then it's just been an awesome feeling, being filled with the Holy Spirit and trying to share that with others.
So going through Alpha just opened this new aspect of our relationship, and we're now on our faith journey together. We're on the same page. We really feel settled in Charleston now that we have a home at St. Michael's, and we're excited to spend the rest of our life here and raise our children here as well.